SMMA is a business model that has been in existence for as long as social media. I'm sure you've heard about SMMA being very, very saturated. Some people who really don't want to do any research are just screwing things up and they're just doing stuff here and that makes or increase the customer resistance. Anyone who sees your message just knows, well, this guy is an SMMA is trying to sell to me. Now, although this video isn't talking about that, there's a part that talks a little about all these messages and stuff, but this is bringing you the basics or everything you need to know to start. Because when I started 9 months ago, I was very curious to know what is this, so I don't mess things up. So I decided that I might as well do this video for whoever is going into SMMA. And remember, the earlier the better. So just grab as much knowledge as you can. I'm not teaching you how to run the ads here, teaching you the basics. So you need to know the platforms to do the messages, because these are questions, you call them FAQs. And I hope this video is going to help you by the end of it. It's a little bit lengthy, but I promise you can watch to some parts or to the end. It's going to be of help, and just pause the video, increase the speed or double the speed so you can clear everything in a shorter period. Do let me know if you want to see more of it, and stick around because I'll be creating more videos like this. So let's get to it.
So, frequently asked SMMA questions. So I might not be able to cover all the questions you have, but I've been in this for 9 months, like I said earlier. So I'm certain that I'm going to hit most of the nails on the head, or get most of the points cleared for you. And if you do have any question by the end and I didn't answer the question, just let me know in the comment section, and I might actually answer the question in the comment section for you. So the basics, what is SMMA? Well, SMMA stands for Social Media Marketing Agency. So you can just say SMM. So don't make a mistake and say I have an SMMA agency, because it's like I have a social media marketing agency. It just sounds dumb, right? So the A at the end is actually the agency. Now, what do you do in a social media marketing agency? Well, you do social media marketing for the people. It's quite understandable. What are the types of SMMA services that they are out there? So the ones you're probably common with are Facebook ads, TikTok ads, or ads in general, really. Facebook ad, TikTok ad, Google ad, YouTube ads, LinkedIn ads, or content creation, copywriting, right? So there's influencer marketing. So there are lots of SMMA services that you can possibly offer, but the ones that are mostly saturated are advertisement, content creation, and copywriting. Like influencer marketing is something that's coming up, right? In ones I'm going to be talking about is the ads and a little bit of the content creation, since I did that earlier in SMMA. Now, what's the best type to go for? Now, it depends on the resources you have and what you can do. So if you're just using a smartphone, don't let anyone tell you can run ads with just a smartphone and you're going to get optimized results for your clients. It's probably bullshit. So if you have a smartphone and it can take let's say a few apps and heavy files, you should go with content creation. It's pretty easy. You can watch tutorials about it. It's how I started, and I only got paid once because I had to go into Facebook ads and all the stuff, but I was paid 300 UAD, right? Australian dollars. Oh, AUD actually. So you just get the app CapCut and you begin to learn stuff on how to create content. But if you do have a laptop or system like I do, then you could probably take on Facebook ads. You might not be the one running the ads if you have a media buyer, but you just want to be seeing what is happening on your client's page. So if you do not have a system, don't make a mistake and go for Facebook ads, except you have one at your disposal, be it yours or your parents, and you know you can use it once in a while and all this sort of stuff. So how much to start one? So we've had that you can start a social media marketing agency from zero, like with no funds at all. Well, that is not a lie, but it's going to cost you a lot of time and effort into it. If you started with a little bit, you could probably run an ad to get clients if you know what you're doing. But I would say it's quite important if you started from nothing, because then you're going to learn a lot. So Alex Hormozi said, it's not about what you earn, it's about what you learn. So in the first few months or weeks or days, because most of you want to do it in days, which I doubt might happen, although it might happen, miracles still happen. But it's better for you to start from nothing and learn and get something, because then you're going to know, okay, this is the best outreach method to use, this is how to go about it, this is what works best for my niche, and this is what to do, this is how to go around it, this is the problem, this is the solution to it. So starting from nothing isn't easy, but at the same time it's going to be beneficial for you on the long run. So what services to offer? So if you're going for advertisements, it's probably YouTube ads, Google ads, Facebook ads, TikTok ads, Instagram ads with Facebook ads, or LinkedIn ads, right? So it depends on your niche. So if you are looking for clients, then you can use LinkedIn ads because you probably find your clients on LinkedIn. But if, for example, my niche is dentist, right? I don't go to YouTube to run dental ads. It might actually work, but what are the best places or best platforms I could use to get patients for my clients? It's either I use Facebook, 2.9 billion people, or I use Google to run the ads. Mind you, Facebook ads is connected with Instagram ads, so I don't separate them. So Facebook ads and Instagram ads are one, and then we have Google ads. These are the two platforms that I'm sure I could get leads for my clients. Also, TikTok might work as well, but I prefer to go with Facebook and Google ads, right? And if you're doing something like home renovation, it's best if you used something like Google. Google works best if you're doing home renovation, HVAC, and all the sort of heavy, services. The high ticket services usually work well on Google, except you have an audience that you're selling to. Right, so there are lots of services you can offer, but you just have to pick what platform is relevant to you. I would advise you go to ChatGPT and ask, what is the best platform to use for advertising dental services to get the best results? And you're probably going to get answers. I've used this a lot of times and I've gotten the best answers possible. So how much it takes, how much time does it take? So it depends. If you're talking about to acquire your clients, it might take a while. Although if you're talking about to get the results, it usually happens in like the first 72 hours. So the first 48 hours, you might just get little results to know what works and what doesn't work. So it doesn't take much time. If it's taking you about 4 days before you see any results, then you might want to review your creatives, your ad copies, and your targeting and all this sort of stuff. But do not fret, because these are not actually huge things. From the start, if you're just beginning, I understand you'll be a little bit scared that so you don't mess things up. But I promise you, if you just take it easy and make research, if you wanted to do your targeting, I promise you using this AI is going to up your game for you. I do advise you use a little bit of human touch in the ad copy and all this other parts in the creatives, but in the targeting you might want to use AI. So you can ask ChatGPT for what are the specific targeting demography for this niche to get leads for this niche, and you're going to see a lot of them. Then you just go to your Facebook and you pick them, and you just it's that easy. All right, so don't complicate the whole thing for yourself. The best niche, well, there is no best niche. You should understand that by now. If you're still thinking there is the best niche, then you're probably in the wrong, because there is no best niche. It's like if I told you what's the best sport, you're going to say football is the best sport. No, to you football is the best sport, or is the most popular sport. But to other people, they rather go with basketball or baseball or golf, right? So the same way it goes with the niche. It might either be something of your interest. Don't let the interest thing get into your head, right? So it might actually be something of your interest, or something you feel you can just relate with fast, right? Like I've always wanted to take care of my teeth, so I never had interest in dental clinics or all this sort of stuff. But I say, all right, what do I know is something that most people are going to need in my niche, since I picked a dentist, and it's teeth whitening, because it's an easy service to get, and more people are getting exposed to teeth whitening, and social media makes people want to get their teeth white. They want to look good for other people. Now this is me taking an advantage of that. So my initial offer is actually 15 clients or 15 patients the first month for teeth whitening. If my prospect asks me why teeth whitening, I say, well, you can use that as a front end offer, and later you can upsell them. And yeah, it makes sense, right? So you just have to make research, a little bit of research, and find out, okay, what can I use as a front end offer? Or what do people in my niche really need that I can offer to them, and it's easy for me to deliver to my clients? There are high possibilities of acquiring leads for my clients, and you're definitely going to find an answer to that. So just do the research, and I promise you're going to see answers. So down to the outreach. Now we've covered the basics. The outreach is usually a very interesting part, because we usually tend to overcomplicate things. Or how do I know who my prospects are? Well, if you pick a dental niche, you won't be sending messages or emails to people in the solo niche, right? So definitely you can just go on Facebook, right, and find these people. You can find them in groups, you can find them in pages. Usually I might create a video on how I actually find my prospects to DM them. I'll show you the LinkedIn and I'll show you the Facebook version, and you just have to stick around to see the video anyways, if you actually need it. So the best outreach method to use, now it depends on you as well. Like I said, if you have professional emails, then yes, you can go with emails. If you don't, and you're not someone good with emails, because I promise you emails are more difficult to reach people than the usual DMs. Why? emails have trigger sensors, and the moment you use words like free, or you use word like discount, or you use word like running out of time, limited offer, the sensors are going to pick it up and send your emails to what we call the spam folder. You probably heard of the spam folder, and you're like, oh, I don't see replies, I don't see open messages in my email campaigns. It's probably because your email contains these words. I'll also create videos on that, because I know these are things that we definitely need. If you want to make things better for you, any simple question you have, the best on the possible or the best person or thing you can ask is ChatGPT. Just go there and type, what are words that I shouldn't use in my email? Or once you've created your email script, I want you to copy it, take it there, paste it, go below and said, the script, I want you to analyze the script above and look for trigger words for me, words that will make my emails appear in the spam folder, and change them and identify where you've made the changes. So to change the script for you and say, okay, or when you wrote a free, I changed it to no cost. You understand? When you wrote a limited time offer, I changed it to ending soon or something like that. And then you identify them and you keep them, or you store them in your head. Next time you don't make the same mistakes. But if it's a niche where it's simple, like dental clinics, I usually go to Facebook, right? So I use Facebook DMs or Instagram DMs to send out my, pitch. Should I use my personal account or agency account? Well, I'll probably say go with your personal account. Well, if you check my Facebook or IG, you're going to see me smiling, right? So you might actually say, well, this person might want teeth whitening. This is someone smiling in his profile. You don't need, because if you're in a solar niche, I don't expect you to hold a solar panel and take pictures with it. Or if you're in the fitness niche, you might not have abs, right? And I don't expect you to take off your shirt, but to just have your face there. Even if you're using your agency account, make sure your face is what you use, or you just use a human being's face. Don't use a logo, because I can't trust someone behind a logo. There's no way I will see a name like Leeds HVAC Agency or mine, Skill Deck Media. Media is at the end. Anyone who is smart enough, who has a little bit of brains in them, will understand that this person is trying to sell to me. So there's no possible way I will respond to you when you ask me, is this the best place to ask for, to make inquiries? Is this the best place to ask questions? And by the way, that's an outdated script. So you might want to change it, because usually the problem isn't about the niche being oversaturated. It's about the script, the entry lines we use being oversaturated. They're more common with them. Alright, the moment I changed it, I begin to get replies. Although I haven't seen much results in converting those people, I still suck at sales, I'll admit. But I'm going to tell you, I started getting replies when I changed the way I approach them, and I'm not going to reveal that yet. So how do I use FB IG to find clients? Well, I created a video on that, I think. So, actually I created on LinkedIn, but I'm going to do so for Facebook and IG as well. It's simple. You can use some apps to find hashtags like hashtag teeth whitening, and you just see the link to a profile, and once you click it, you're probably going to appear in a teeth whitening clinic or a dental clinic that offers teeth whitening, right? And you just like the post, tell them, hey, I left your DM. You go to their profiles, you click on message button, and then you send them some message, opening message. Make sure it's something that makes them reply you as soon as they see it. Not everyone is going to reply you, but majority of them are going to reply. So I can't afford international calls. What should I do? I'll say go with the DMs, the free apps that you're going to see that you can probably just earn coin, or you can pay and get coin. Then you get numbers, US numbers, even without using Go High Level, right? So you're going to find free apps. There are lots of them. One is Text Plus, there is Text Now, and there are more free apps like that. You can probably check them on Play Store, and I promise you they're significantly good. How many DMs a day should I send? It depends on you. Usually you're going to send about 30 to 50 to 80. The DMs you send doesn't really matter if you're not making the best out of the messages, the open lines. It doesn't matter, because you might be scared to send DMs to Facebook pages, right? Your prospects who have a lot of following. You're like, well, this person might have his marketing going for him already, blah 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 blah. You're just using that as excuse not to send, and then you send to someone who the last time you posted was 2018 or 2020. What are the chances of that person responding to you? So it's probably they close up the clinic, or they just don't really answer through Facebook again or IG, so you're probably not going to get much responses. Sometimes you might just get a little bit frustrated and you just send like 12, you're not getting replies. So we do have emotions, and sometimes our emotion just kicks in and we just lose confidence and we lose our zeal to fight. But later on, it's going to kick back in, and then you're going to be at the highest day. So sometimes you're going to have your low days, sometimes you're going to have your high days. I'm speaking from experience. I'm not going to lie to you. I've done days where I didn't even send out message. Even a week, I didn't send out messages because it's hitting me hard. So I've been doing this for 9 months, and if for long you haven't been seeing results, you're going to probably, have different thoughts about them, right? But don't let that overshadow the fact that you have to put in the work. How many follow-ups for prospects? Well, if sometimes you might send messages on Facebook and then you see, hey John, thank you for sending me this message, blah, 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 blah. You can't know when the person read your message. Then you might have to do follow-ups. But if you see the person read your message, yes, there's a high chance you can get back to them and you're like, hi, can I please get a response from you? So it depends on how the person sees the message, because if the person doesn't read the message, there isn't much point in following up so much, right? So you can do the first one, the second one. After the second follow-up, which is 3 messages in a row, and you don't get any seen or replies from the person, just cut it out, because they might not be receiving messages from Facebook or IG. So you might have to try another way or just forget about that prospect. So how do I start the conversation? Start with, hi, is this the best place to ask a question? Or hi, is it blah 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 blah? Hi, are you looking for more clients? Well, the way we do it really suck and it's bad, but I'm gonna help you with something, right? So here's how I usually start. So for my service, let's say I'm using a home security service, right? I'm going to say, hey, what kind of home security systems do you have? Now they're probably going to respond with, where do you live, or what are you looking for? I'm going to be like, or if it's installation, I'm going to be like, what type of home cameras do you have? Make sure you pick a specific service that you want to promote. Don't just ask them random questions. If it's ceramic, let's say it's ceramic roof or something like that, let's just assume yours is very niched down and the service you deliver are for people who need ceramic niche. It's ceramic roofs, sorry, it's something that's on the rise. So you might just say, what kind of ceramic roofing do you have? And once they ask, you might tell them, well, I'm looking to help this amount of ceramic companies get this amount of clients or appointments in the next 30 days for free. So you don't have to pay me anything, because I would like to prove myself first. Is this something you would like to talk about? Yes, I've gotten a lot of positive response, I promise you. So you can use this for yourself as well. If you didn't hear me well, or you don't remember what I said, you could just take it back and watch it again. So after this, once the yes, you just continue the conversation. Now you have to learn this part yourself, because when you F things up, you're going to learn where you made the mistake and you can correct it later on. Teaching you everything isn't what you should be looking forward to. Try experimenting things by yourself, but opening line is very important. So as long as you can ask them questions relating to the service you want to promote, it's easier to continue the conversation. I can't ask them, I can't go to dental clinic and say, do you offer dental services? Do you offer dental services? Of course we offer dental services. We are a dental clinic. And you say, okay, I want to help you promote one of your services. Well, it's not specific, right? But I say teeth whitening. I want to help you get 15 leads or 15 appointments in the next 30 days at no cost, and we don't have to talk about money. I would like to prove myself first. Will this be something you want to talk about? Yes, of course. I asked them teeth whitening. Now I'm pitching them a service for teeth whitening. So it's either they tell me, no, I'm not interested, which is easy because they understood my comment there, or they're just going to move on. Now, I've had a lot of people say, well, when you ask them questions like that, they begin to see you as a possible client or customer, and it pisses them off when you have to be someone trying to sell to them or something like that, blah, 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 blah. Well, to be honest, business isn't something fun, right? So you have to go in different ways, and as long as you haven't figured out what specific way to go with, I say just try different ones. I haven't had someone telling me that, you know what, I'm upset that you came in as a possible client or possible customer before, blah, 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 blah. Maybe the way I do it is different, I don't know, but this is exactly the script I use, and I've never had someone tell me that dumb line before, that I pissed them off or something like that, and hopefully I don't. Moving on to the next one. How do I start? What should be my offer? Now, I've stated my offer earlier, so you just craft the offer based on what you know you can deliver, or what you say, well, I might be able to deliver. Alright, so if you have a media buyer, ask him his experience. From there, come up with an offer for yourself and just give it to them. Now, it might be free trial, it might not be free trial, but right now I'm going with free trial. It's the best way to go, I'm telling you. So should I offer free trial? Well, the question comes up. Well, it's still up to you. If you have results, or you can optimize someone's result, then yeah, if you have the confidence and the conviction, don't go with the free trial. If you do not have the conviction, go with the free trial. You'll be able to build up the result, and your conviction is going to automatically come to you with time. So note, never reveal the price before the call. Alright, so I would love to do that, but this is not a one-size-fits-all system. So we might have to ask you related questions for us to figure out what system or what process to use for you, for your clinic, for your business, for your company, for your industry. Alright, so do not reveal the price in the DM, even though the client is pushing you on your neck or something like that, because some prospects are usually that way. So the needs. Now, okay, so do I need a website? Oh, no, you do not need a website. I don't have a website yet. I don't see the use in the website yet. Well, not I don't see the use, but I can't afford to pay for the website yet without seeing results. So yeah, I did get paid for content creation, but something happened and I fucked up and I lost most of it. So I just used the rest to reinvest in other things, and yeah, but you don't necessarily need a website. The same way you do not need a pro email, except you can afford it and you might want to use it for, well, let's say your niche usually goes with people who use emails, then probably yes. But like myself, if someone was to make an inquiry about teeth whitening, he's going to go to their DMs and not send them emails. So the best way for me to approach them should be through the DMs. So there's a lot for you to understand. Just sit down, use your brain and think, except you don't have one. And if you don't have a brain, well, use ChatGPT to think and you're going to find an answer to that. So do I need a media buyer? Well, I'll say if you can find one who works for you on free trial, I have found. So yes, you can look for them, right? So I might show you how to get a media buyer who can deliver services for you, and to do it on free trial, because people say I don't know how to find them, I don't know how to find a qualified one and all this sort of stuff. So do not worry too much. You're going to find them if you actually look the right way. Do I need a laptop? Yes, you do. Anyone tell you that you can make $1 million by just using your phone? Your phone is probably going to hang and explode. Yeah, like Elon Musk rocket. So if you using a Samsung or iPhone, then you probably can't afford a laptop, except you just got it out of luck or gift or something like that. So I would say you can't run ads for multiple clients on your phone. It's going to hang. The processing system, the visuals, the display, you know, there are lots of factors to consider when saying your laptop or your phone. This isn't affiliate marketing or drop shipping that you can basically start most of them with your phone. You need your laptop. So it's better you have a system desktop without having a phone than for you to have a phone and not have a laptop and you're going into SMMA. By the way, if you can borrow from your parents or your brothers once in a while, then yes, you can still do it. So do I have to register my agency? Well, Tate said this in one of his videos, right? He said, do not get legal before you get rich, and I don't totally disagree with him. So, yeah, do not get legal before you get rich. I mean, because you paying off is like you want to pay off taxes. You haven't even started earning anything, so you don't have to register your agency. We've seen a lot of people who didn't register the agency and they just went on with it. I mean, even Grant Cardone said it, the real estate guy, that he's been making millions before he registered any of his businesses. All right, so it's not necessary. So be relieved of all these things. All these things are wants. Actually, I should have made them want. Do I want, not needs? Because needs are like the basic, what you necessities. So wants are just scrap. Sales and delivery. How do they book for the call? Well, you use Calendly to book for the call. Calendly is a calendar app, software. Well, it's in the name, Calendly. So you just create a campaign calendar, like one single calendar, because if you're using the free version, you can only create one calendar, and you just name it demo call. Usually I use it as the demo call because the first call I'm gonna have is the demo call or the discovery call. So I just do it that way. Copy the link, send it to them. You just pick the time. Yeah, I'm also going to create a tutorial on all these things because you need to get known to them. If you can't do it yourself, then the best thing is just to search for a video on YouTube, and soon I'm going to create a video on how to use Calendly, or just tutorial on Calendly. So you might want to stick around for that as well. So you use Calendly for them to book the call. So once you've got them interested, ask them, would you be against us having a little bit a Zoom call or a Zoom discussion, Zoom meeting, a short, make it short. Just make it something like a quick Zoom meet to discuss more about this, and I'll show you how the whole system works. Most people are gonna say yes if they're interested. Some are gonna say no, just do it over the text, blah 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 blah. Tell them, well, there's too much for me to talk about on the text, and I'd rather do it on the call. Now, I might not be able to say it well. I'm not that good in sales or convincing people to get on the call, but yes, that's how I usually do it, and get them on the call. Just send them the link, tell them to put what time suits them best, and tell you what time they picked, so that both of you will get reminder. So the whole thing is that both of you will get reminder 30 minutes before the call, and then you don't have to miss the call every time. I can't take sales call. What should I do? Just learn. Just watch videos on YouTube. And you're going to suck at sales call because you cannot hire a salesperson except you have someone very close to you who's going to do it for you for free. Just take the sales call. Do not be scared. All you have to do is understand how the system works. Explain it for them. Alright, if I understood, but let's see, what do I understand? Well, Call of Duty. When I used to play Call of Duty, I was to explain it to someone. I will explain it to someone, not minding what the person is thinking. So I'll just ask the person, know his problems, look for parts in the Call of Duty that I can use to explain it to this person. This is how you go about it, this is how you know about it. And the person go like, yeah, I'm eased now. I have the solution to my problems. So stop thinking about if they are saying, oh, you suck in their mind. It's not your problem. Yours is just to explain it to them based on their own problems. Alright, cleared. So what if they ask questions I can't answer? Like what? What questions can't you answer? So just, I don't know what to tell you, but really I would say just check Sabri Subi, check Alexa Mozi, check a lot of people who talk about sales call. Just check usual, search on YouTube, usual sales call objective or objections, sales call objections, and you know the answers to them. You're going to find them on YouTube, a lot of free videos. So just make use of the free resources you have. So where does the call hold? Well, you can pick between Zoom and Google Meet, and I'll tell you the best thing, one of the best things you can do is give your clients options. You can always give them options, be it using the Go High Level system or using lead forms. You can tell them, okay, we can use the Go High Level system, but you have a setup fee. You can use the lead forms, but it will be free. You can give them options. The same way you're going to tell, you're just going to leave it. Once you send the link for them, they're going to pick between a Zoom call or Google Meet, which of them fits them best. Because if you have a prospect who usually wants to hold a meeting on Google Meet, the person might not be that interested in going to Zoom, and you just get, the person might be, you know, a little bit repulsed to going to Zoom and tell you, hey, I can't do it on Zoom, I'd rather do it on Google. And how are you going to do it, right? So it's better for you to just, you can attach both your Google and your Zoom to it. It's very easy. Just integrate them to the Calendly, and once they click on the link, put in their information, they're going to pick where they want to attend the meeting. All you have to do is sit back and receive the email. When it's time, you click on the link, you get to the meeting. It's your account. So how long should the demo discovery call be? Usually 30 minutes to 35 minutes, but I do mine for 45 minutes because I have to explain the system, then answer a little bit of questions from them and try to convince them in most cases, right? So Zoom, actually the maximum time you can do on Zoom is 45 minutes, so I make it 45 minutes. But on using Google Meet, I think you can go above that. You actually get to an hour or more than an hour even using the free version. So I say Google is better, but just give them the option to pick between the two. So I don't want to spend much time. So yeah, I speak bad English. What should I do? Well, you can learn by watching people who speak English. I wasn't born speaking English, right? Although I did grow up where you spoke English a lot. So you just learn. Don't worry about that. All you have to do is, I'm telling you the truth. It might sound like it's all these gurus, blah, 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 blah. Well, I'm not a guru, so I'm going to tell you, you just need to have conviction. Not even all the media buyers I have know how to speak English, but once I see these people have results, I'm definitely going to want to work with them because they have results, and I'm sure that these guys can actually deliver. So it's not usually about the language you speak, but it will benefit you because if you, most of you are going for clients in US, Australia, England, you know, might as well just learn. Just learn it as you go. You learn as you go. Don't make that stop you from sending the message and say, oh, if they get on the call, you're probably not going to even get any calls until you've gone like 6 months. So you bothering yourself, okay, I want to learn English first because before I start sending out the messages, this is going to waste your time because now instead of you taking you 6 months, it's going to take you 12 months before you get someone on the call. So just start as soon as you can. I don't have past results. What should I do? Well, that's where the free trial comes in. So just explain the system. Take a little bit of, ask people. You can ask people if you're in groups where there are SMMA owners. You can ask people for results or check Facebook. You're probably going to see lead forms on Facebook. So a lead where you can get your leads on Facebook as well. Blow out the part that you don't need and you just use it for yourself. Now that might come off as a bad thing or bad idea. But if they do need it and you were not able to convince them well and they say, alright, I want to see results, yes, you can send them the result that way. But if you do have a media buyer on time and he has results, then yeah, it will do you a lot of good. I wish I could attach results to you in my description, right? Well, you know what? I'm going to leave a link and you're going to see a little bit of, like 5 or 6 5 or 6 screenshots that you can use to say, okay, this is my campaigns and this is how I'm going to do it. But just make sure you know the parameters that you're going to explain. So I'm going to leave a link in the description if you want to find, the results for yourself. Yes, you're going to see it. It's just screenshots. You can turn it into a whole resume type of shit if you want. So what if the prospect says no? Move on. It's simple. The prospect says no, you just move on. Common objections. So how do I know you deliver since you have no results? Well, be honest, if they don't get results, you won't get results as well, because you tell them, well, I'm a result-based type of agency, and the moment a client of mine fails to get results, I don't have results to show to other clients. So there's no way I'm going to let this opportunity slip. It's just being honest with them. Most of the time, you're just being honest with them, because if you're offering them free trial, there's a high chance that you really don't even know what you're doing, right? But if you have conviction, like I said, and you can assure them that yes, you work result based, so once they get results, you get results. Once they don't get results, you don't get results. Then you might just make them believe in you. So I'll think about it. So that's fine, but I'm curious to know, what part do you want to think about? What part of so if it's the price, it's like, what part of the price? I learned this one from Sabri Subi, the sales guy. So you just ask them, that's fine, I'm curious to know, what part do you want to think about? Well, if it's, I want to talk to my partner about it, then you say, sure, I get that. What if they say no? Sometimes they're going to say, well, they say no, I'm just going to go ahead with it. Then say, yeah, why don't we just go ahead with it then? Now they said the partner is going to say, even if the partner says no, they're going to go ahead with it. So if you tell them, let's go ahead with it, they might just go ahead with it. But if they say, then I might not do it once my partner says no, then ask, what part of this presentation do you think your partner will disagree with? So if they know what part of it, then you actually have to focus down on that part and make it clear for them. Most time the partner is just the other self in their head, so just make it clear for them. The fact that you're able to understand what part the partner is going to disagree with, then you're going to you can know, like, you can instantly identify that, all right, this person really isn't talking about his partner, because his partner is not here and he cannot read the mind, so he's talking about himself or the other partner in his head. I did have another one, an objection, and the man was like, I'll think about it. And I said, what part do you want to think about? He wasn't giving me a reply, and I used another line from Sabri Subi, and I said, look, on a scale of 1 to 10, tell me where you sit. And the guy was like, I sat on a 2. So I was like, wow, I messed up on this meeting. So I did rubbish on this meeting. So I was like, what do I need to do to get to 10? Well, he was talking about the price. So I said, wow. So you can just use this questions to know what your concerns, the concerns of your prospects are about the whole thing. Might be the presentation didn't work well, or it might be the price is just too much, or any other thing. Like, okay, how can we make this work out? If it's the price, yeah, if you can drop the price after the first month, yeah, sure, you can drop the price. If they're still not flowing, yeah, that's using the scale of 1 to 10. So the extras, how much should I charge? Well, it depends on what you get in them. Usually, I think you should charge them about, did they say 2% or 20% of what you get to them? I'm just going to go with 20%. Because if you charge them 500 and you're getting them 22k a month, you're just cheating yourself. So you're shooting yourself in the foot. So you charge them like 1.5 and you're getting them like 22. Yeah, and all they spend for ads is like 1k or 1.5k or 2k. Make sure your charge is not above their ad spend, though. Make sure it's not above the ad spend. So if they use like 3k for ad spend, you can charge them 1k or 1.5, depend on what you feel like you should. Just check the result, really. You can Google these things. How much should I charge for my niche? You can find all these answers, ChatGPT to your disposal. What's a setup fee and how much should it be? A setup fee is the fee you collect for setting up the Facebook ads, the creatives, the copy, the content, the pixel on the website, setting up the pixel, the analytics on the website, setting up the campaign in the pixels. All those things you're going to know more about them. Your media buyer is probably going to know about them, but I had to learn them, right? So I know about them, but I still got a media buyer recently. So I say, okay, this guy, there's no way he's going to mess things up without me knowing. So even if you're not going to use the knowledge to run ads, just know it, so the other person who comes in as partner with you doesn't cheat you and run away with, the results and all these sort of things. So that's the setup fee. And those of you who want to use Go High Level, you also use the setup fee for the Go High Level to connect the Facebook ads to the Go High Level, to set up the automations in the Go High Level and also the stuff. That's the setup fee. And how much should it be? Well, it also depends, but I'm going to say about 150 to 100. That's the setup fee I usually put on mine. So how do I collect payment? Well, in countries, third world countries like mine, Stripe does not work. Like if you're in India, Pakistan, Africa in general, most of Africa, India, Pakistan, and all these other countries, you might not be able to use Stripe. PayPal doesn't even work. I've opened 3 PayPal accounts, and immediately they got opened, they got closed. So I didn't have any method to use. But then you can, once you're desperate enough and you've been rejected by other payment, websites or softwares, you're going to find new ones. So the one I currently use is Payday. So you can find Payday. There is Payday. What's the other one? Paystack. So you're going to see Paystack, Payday. There are lots of them. You just have to check Pioneer and all this sort of apps that you can use. So how would I communicate with a signed client? You can use Slack. Slack is like an email. Slack looks like Discord. The way you see Discord, you see the channels. That's how Slack looks. So it's also like WhatsApp chat at the same time, like email at the same time, like Discord. So it's email you usually use to chat there, but you can just monitor everyone from a single screen. So use Slack, or you can use WhatsApp if you have a few of them or just one client. You can use WhatsApp. It's an easier way to get to them. So what's onboarding? Onboarding is the process where you get your clients the access you need to your client's Facebook page, or to whichever site you're using, or whichever media you're using to advertise for them. You just get access. For mine, it's getting access to their Facebook page, to access to all the Facebook to the Facebook page, to the business manager, getting access to what again? To get the pixels, to get the ad accounts, and to run the ads for them. So I come in as a partner. So they might not know how to do this. So the best thing is for them to add you as an admin, and then you can use from that admin. Once you be adding as an admin, you can add your own business as a partner to their own business. Then disconnect yourself from being an admin, because if you're an admin and something happens, it's going to affect you as well. So once you've added your business as a partner, disconnect yourself as an admin from your client's page, and then you just run it from your agency account instead. So if you want a tutorial on how to get admin access, I created 2 videos, on one using mobile phone, one using your system. You can check the videos on my channel. They should look like this, right? So you can check them out, and we're going to see how to get the admin access. So I can't afford go high level. Can I use lead forms? Yes, you can surely use lead forms. People say lead forms are outdated. Yeah, because most people tell you that just give you stupid excuses like I didn't do this, I didn't do that. Most of the time, the problem is that you or your clients spend much time or waste time before you respond to the leads, before you call the leads or send them text, which is why they forget or lose interest in the whole thing, right? So GHL is going to help you have a conversion rate. I promise you, because you can be able to monitor everything. But I don't even have go high level, so I'm going to tell you, if you use lead form, use lead form. You just have to be able to optimize it. If your offer was so amazing, there is no way that you're going to tell me and I'm going to say, well, I don't remember booking this, blah 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 blah. I said I totally forgot. But if it's interesting, there's no way I'm saying I just lost interest in it, because I'm going to need it. So you just have to be able to convince them and tell them, hey, if you miss out on this, then you're done. I'm too young. How will they trust me? So they are 15-year-olds. Joe Kaplan have shown them, maybe even Gadji and other people have shown them as well. But it doesn't matter your age, honestly speaking. If I'm back of the screen, I bet you can't even guess my age right now. Some of you might try to guess. Yeah, sure, you might be correct, but you can't probably tell how old I am. You don't even know how tall I am because I'm sitting down. So if your client's not seeing you face to face, there's probably no chance they can guess. And if they ask you your age, do tell them. Because if they ask you your age, it's probably one of the two. Maybe one, you're speaking out of fear, or two, you're speaking out of so much conviction. They're like, this guy looks young. How is he so confident? How old are you? And you're like, yeah, I'm 15. They're like, wow. Yeah, I spoke to clients and I was telling them, they're like, wow, you guys are the internet generation. Well, I'm not that young, but yes, it's just the conviction you used to speak. So it's either one of the two. You were speaking with fear, or you're speaking with so much conviction. They want to understand why you're talking this way, why you're so convincing, right? So they're gonna be like, yo, you're so young and you're so convincing. You know what? I'm gonna give you a try. I promise you, it can happen. Miracle no retire Jesus. So there are lots of things that could probably happen. So that's the end of the video. If you have any questions I haven't answered, I plead, or I ask you that you ask me in the comment section. So just drop it in the comment section. I'm going to answer you. Except it's too long to answer, but just any question you have at all, just let me know in the comment section. I'm going to give you a reply to that instantly or whenever I see it. So what's more better than applied information? What's more better than information is applied information. This is a quote by John Ronnie or something like that, or John Ron. I don't remember how they put the name, but he said this: what is more better than information is applied information. Now, why did I add this at this slide? Because most of you are going to get information about this and you just end up sleeping on it. So get to work. Forget about the website. Forget about you being your language. Forget about you don't know how to speak. Forget about you being young. Just get to it. Like, it took me months before I got my first client for content creation. It took me months before I got my first dental client, and I'm still getting rejections. I literally created a folder for no. Like, I have a file on my, gallery. It's no's, and you can see it right now. No. I couldn't even save all the no's but I just kept it because later on I'm going to look back and laugh and say, wow, this was amazing. This was like the worst times of my life, getting rejected this much with no gap in between them at all, but I got past it. So there's nothing I can't get past it. So it's just going to help you build your confidence and all. So the information you got from this video, apply it and let me know if this was helpful in any way or the other. So thanks for wasting your time on this video, because if you don't apply this, then you probably just wasted your time on this video. And do subscribe if you want to see all the videos I talked about on the ads or how to use Calendly and all this other videos. Well, really the channel isn't that much yet, it's getting started, but I'm going to talk about a lot. Even out of business, I'm going to talk about a lot of stupid things, so you might as well just stick around, because you probably wasted your time on this video as well. So you just wait, so that you're going to waste your time on the rest of the video. And what video would you like to see next? So is it about the using the Calendly, or is it about Facebook, how to get access, or whatever I mentioned earlier? If you need a video on that, let me know as well. Leave a question you have. And thanks for watching. See you guys next time.